Okay, people, molweni. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. So it will depend on where are you watching this video and when are you watching it and where are you watching it. So this is Professor Manganga from the Debbie Wright Tutorials. So today, people, I decided that let me just give you a bonus with this series that I'm about to close. A series that is only focusing on the number patterns for grade 12. So I decided to put you for a bonus. Let me just go through the question that was written last year, final November, grade 12. So the memo is not yet out, people, and also the Department of Education has not yet uploaded the question paper. Hence, you see that the the background there that is made by someone who decided just to upload this question. So I only have the physical one, that was written, I took from one of my students. So I decided, no, let me just go through, because I've been receiving many questions from students. How do you go about doing this question? Because asazi memo, all of those things. So I'll just quickly go through the memo. Creating the memo. Remember, people, today I'm not teaching, so make sure, people, watch the previous video, or else, people, if you're facing challenges, make sure you join us, people. Our details, you'll find them in the description below. Make sure you join our WhatsApp group, get in touch with us, and then see how we can really help you, people. So yeah, people, let's get it on. So people, let's check question number one. Question number one. We are given a statement above that the first term of the geometric, that's one of the most important things, is 14, and the sixth term is 444. So what does this mean? This thing means, people, the statement. This statement means that we have what, people? Okay, it says that we have our first term. Remember, our first term, which is term number 1, is equal to A. Again, it's given by what, people? By 14. And then we're also given that our sixth term is given by what? 448. Are you with me? So this is what we are given, people. This is what we are given. So check here. Check here now. The question says that we must calculate what, people? The constant ratio. And remember, what do we need? We need at least 3 terms to be able to find our constant ratio, and whatever question that will be given. But in this case, we're given only this information. But don't panic, people. There is something that you are given that you know. You know that, people, your general formula is Tn is equal to your ARR to the power of n minus 1. So this is your what, people? This is our general term. So we can use the general term to find or to represent our terms in a form of A and R. And then that's how you work around this type of questions. So remember, people, that your T1 is going to be equal to A. Why? This is because here you are going to substitute 1. So when you substitute 1 here, people, you're going to have what? A R to the power 1 minus 1, because we're looking for T1, remember. Okay, let me just follow this. Let me do it in a manner that you will be able to follow. A multiplied by R, T1. Term number 1, it's 1 minus 1. So we know this will be A multiplied by R to the 0, which will be A to the 1, which will ultimately be A. So your T1 represented by A. T number 2, people, T2 will be represented by what? A multiplied by your R, and then where you see N, you substitute your position, just 2 minus 1, and then you can see that, people, T2 is given by what? Given by A multiplied by R. And then if you go on and going through this pattern, people, you'll find out that your T1 will be equal to A, your T2 will be equal to AR, your T3 will be equal to AR2, and then your T4 your T4 people uzoifumana ukuthiwa it's AR3, and then your T5 will be equal to your A multiplied by R to the power of 4, and then your T6 will be equal to your A multiplied by R to the power of 5. So you can go on and on, but there's something that I want you to observe, is that if we are going to say T6, we're going to raise the exponent of R to the 5, 1 lesser. If you're going to say T5, we're going to raise the exponent of R, people, with 1 lesser, which is 4. Same thing here, people. T4, you can see you've raised it with 3. And then the 2 now, you'll raise it to 1. So you can go on. So meaning we can simply, by this like method, people, this not really method, but knowledge, fact, mathematical fact that we know, meaning I can simply find T99 will be represented by 1 lesser will be 98. Can you see that? So this is the information that we are going to use, people. This is the information that we are going to use to answer this question. So remember the question now. The question says that we're given this information. Whatever that I did here, people, I tried to explain to you this information. How are you going to use this information to calculate or to answer the question that you're going to be asked? So in this case, they say must calculate what, people? Must calculate the value of R, which is our constant ratio. So this means now, this is what we are going to do. We know that, okay, my T6, I know my T6, I can represent it to what, people? With A multiplied by R to the power of the number that is less than 6. 1 less than 6 means it's going to be 5. Then it's going to be my 448. But I know, remember my A. I know my A, that is 14. So this means I have 14 multiplied by R to the exponent 5. It's going to be 448. And then I go on, people, divided by. So can you see now, the only unknown that I have now, it's only R5. And then when you press in your calculator, people, divide by 14, and then we have 32. Then we can get rid of that exponent to the exponent 5 by introducing the root of the 5th. We can introduce the 5th root. So this is going to cancel out, and then your R is going to be your what, people? It's going to be your 2. I hope, people, you follow. So going on, people, we're done with this question. So your 2 marks, really, it will be maybe whatever that you did here, maybe, and then here, I don't know yet the memo how it stands, but this might be the possible way of them marking you. So going on, people, is that we must calculate now. This question is very tricky, but at the same time very interesting question. Again, people, it's very interesting. So this means now, people, by us having the value of R, this means now we know good. Okay, I can simply write my general term now. My general term is 14 multiplied by my R. Remember, it's 2 to the power of what? And minus 1. So this is my general term. So I'm done with it, people. Now let's move on. So let's now answer the question number 2. Question number 2 says that we must determine what the number of consecutive terms that must be added for the first 6 in the series to obtain the sum of this. Are you with me? So this is how you're going to do it, people. And so the first thing that I always try to put on my student. Try to understand the question. Try to understand what it says, people. And so the question says that now, how many terms in this given series, the one that is given by this formula, they already have 6 terms, people, that you have added, meaning you've already got the 6 terms. You have added them. Now they're asking you how many terms more that you have to add. How many terms now? Sorry. It's 9. How many terms do you have to add? Remember, people, we don't know where do they end up, so it's going on and on. But how many terms angaphi ama-terms okumele uwa-add so that you get that the final answer of that sum waqeda uwa-add iba equals to 14114,674. So the answer says that, okay, uzo-add la ma-term ayi-6 and then u-add nanawo alandelayo esingawazi, but whatever number of terms that you are going to add on top of these 6 terms, kumele isum yakhona ibe 114,674. But you are not interested on ama-term in total, but in all of them, in fact. But what do you know? What do you want? We want the number that must be added here in order for us to get this number. So this is how are you going to deal with the situation. And people, this is how you're going to deal with the situation. The only thing that you have to do, people, you have to follow. You have to follow, people, because this question is kind of tricky. And so I hope this analysis help you, people, to at least in a background understanding, people, of what I did here, people, what I'm going to do following. So remember now they're talking about the summation. So when they're talking about the summation, we know we have to introduce some summation formulas. But remember, we know, okay, since our R is greater than 1, so this means the Sn formula that we're going to use is going to be this one. R to the power of n minus 1 divided by what? R minus 1. So this is the formula that we're going to use, people, to calculate this question. So remember, they're going to add already my numbers. So this is what you have to do, people. This is how you have to answer it moving forward. So remember, okay, the most important thing is that when, okay, you are going to calculate all of the numbers that must be added, all of the terms that must be added in order for us to have this number, to have this value in total. That's what we are going to do. And then from there, we'll analyze that number here to answer this question specifically. So this is what we're going to do here, people. Remember, people, we are here. So this is what we're going to do. We don't know the S. We know what the Sn we are given. The Sn is that it must be 114,674. The value of A we know it's 14. The value of R we know is 2 to the power of n, then minus 1. Divided by what? 2 minus 1. The only thing that we are interested, people, in this. We are interested in this. We are interested in this, people. In the value for n. And then I'll analyze that n to answer the question. So what is it that I'm trying to really answer here, people? I'm trying to find out how many terms must I add. That's what I'm trying to do here. How many terms must I add here? Meaning the number of terms that must I have that will give me the, when I add, I get the sum ukuthi ibe 114674 because yiyo engizoyisebenzisa to analyze and answer the question, because by me simply finding n in this case, it doesn't mean ukuthi ngi-answer the question. Remember that, and people. So this is what you're going to do. And then it's going to be 114674. Okay, then this remains the same. It's going to be 14. So we are with okay, 2 minus 1, it's 1, and then whatever that 2 will be left here, it's going to be like this here, people. It's going to be like this. Are you with me? And then we get rid of 14. We divide by 14 both sides. This and this cancels out, people. And then what answer do we get? 674 divided by 14, and then my answer is 8191. And then it's going to be 2 to the power of n. And then I want the n. Remember, people are looking for n in this case, so I have to transpose this one. So I'm going to be left with the situation a. When I transpose n to the other side, it's going to be what? To be 2 to the power of n. And then from here, remember, I can use logarithm laws to really try and find my and make the value for n the subject of the formula in this case, people. So my n is going to be log the base is going to be 2 in this case, and then the number is 8192. And then my n that I got here, people, using my calculator, it's going to be 13. So I got my number, people, my number of terms, I 13 in total. But remember, this is the number that when you have added, including those 6 people, 13, including those 6. Remember a question here, people. It asks us, we must calculate, it determine the number that must be added in the first 6 terms, people, in the first 6 terms, in order to obtain this. So Tina says, okay, already all of them, people, I 13. But here now, still we have also one. So let's go to 6 numbers already that we have added. We know that it's going to be 6 plus the number that must be added. That must be added. And then the answer to the good 13 overall. And then if you really see that, okay, answer you're going to say 36 it's going to be 13 minus 6, and then you can see with your answer is 7. So this means 7 terms must be added. Can you see that? So 7 terms must be added, people. So that's what the question requires from us, people. So this is the answer for this question, people. So this one was not a tricky, people. It's just that like it was interesting and it needed someone who has a really basic understanding of these kind of questions, like of a solid basic number pattern. So remember, to get more information about these, people, you can always contact us, get in touch with us, people. The information will be on the description below. So I don't want to really make this video too long. So this one is the first part. The second one will follow up, people. I'm continuing with this question. So this is Prof. Manqanqa. Look out for part 2 that is coming just in a moment.